Hi guys, my name is Yuri, and hello to everybody in my business communications class. Today, I just wanted to talk to you about my report on the LA Dodgers and San Diego Padres ticket purchases in attendance for the previous year of 2015. One thing I just wanted to focus is on the difference, which is drastic. We'll discuss that in just a moment of ticket holders in attendance. But what is it that does not make people come back and watch the games more frequently throughout the season? Is it the cost? Is it the commute? Or is it maybe the interest is not there? They just want to spend the time watching it. Or is it cost versus benefit? The perfect example I'll be going over is LA Dodgers, since that's where we are. And ultimately, for 2015, they've had about 3.3 million tickets sold in attendances throughout the process, and that is higher than they ever have previous years. I believe it was 2007 that was ultimately higher than 2015. But you'll be able to see in comparison here, Los Angeles versus San Diego, you're looking at about 3.3 million versus 2.3 million attendance for 2015, whereas per game, it's actually about 46,000 on average attended per game, and ultimately both sports had 81 games last season versus about 26,000, which was for San Diego Padres. Keep in mind also, really interesting, is 54,000 people is the seating for LA Dodgers and 46,460 for San Diego Padres, which is not that big of a difference in seating versus the people that actually attended. Which brought in again the interest of what is the reason behind that and why is the Los Angeles Dodgers so successful versus San Diego not being so successful. And also I'll discuss in just a little bit the survey we conducted after our game at Los Angeles Stadium, asking these questions for the individuals that attended the game. Also, just to point out here, the franchise was bought out in 2012, and the pricing just went through the roof as far as the tickets and increased every single year. But LA Dodgers maintain their fan base and maintain the purchase of tickets, and how they were able to accomplish that is by engaging more with the people, not the game itself, because the seasonal pass holders will always attend, which was about 36,000 sold for 2015. But it was more about of engaging in the process. What is there to do? Is there merchandise that is available to them? Is it the food that people come for? Is it maybe just the experience and the environment that they're actually going and spending their money to invest in? And maybe that's something that the San Diego Padres is lacking of, is just engaging with their fan base and making it more of a personal kind of feeling to it rather than just coming to the games for those that are interested, and that's the end of it. So according to the survey though, it was 180 people, and 78 of those said that they ultimately do not choose not to come back, which is because of the cost versus benefit. They feel like the pricing has been increasing, but ultimately there's really no difference of experience. And then cost of tickets increasing, making people not come back. More than that is about 54 people said that. And then pastime versus interest, people just wanting to go out with their friends and that's just something to do or with their family, versus commute, as it is we're in Los Angeles area, which is a large commute here. And ultimately that's what we're looking at. The best advice would be to San Diego Padres increasing their retention of one-time ticket holders, is to implement the same thing as Los Angeles Dodgers have, because obviously it has been successful in ultimately bringing that experience to the clients. I did want to introduce my audience here. I'll go ahead and take over here. I have Eric, and then I have Adriana, then Melissa, and then Brian. And we do have Eric who has a question to ask here.
Yeah, so despite all across the board increases in merchandise, food, beverage pricing, and tiered, if you will, pricing, that it's going to be successful in the long term?
It's a good question. And based off of the Forbes reporting that they've done for 2015, actually, it's just the beginning of the season, but LA Dodgers Stadium has already been successful in selling those tickets, and they're only 700,000 tickets away from surpassing their previous sales, versus San Diego Padres that ultimately have to step it up kind of and just make sure that they're on board with it, or maybe implement their own strategy and marketing process of engaging these new time purchasers or just people that are going about the experience to come back. Thank you for listening. And if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely go ahead and send me a message, and have a good day.